knowledge that gives you success, that gives you peace. And when there's no knowledge, there's pain, there's hardship, and there's failure. So in this thing called marriage and relationships, what you need is knowledge. If you have enough knowledge, you'll be confident to say, this is a good man, I will marry him. And I'll tell you the thing about marriage. No matter what you see in marriage, at the bottom line of it, no matter how innocent you are, where you and your husband, you're having a problem, you're about to break up, and he's a bad guy, he cheats, he lies, he's just terrible, and that's why you're breaking up. And it's all his fault. But that's not true. You chose him. The fact that you chose him to marry in the first place puts some liability on your head. So at the end of the day, the ability to choose the right person is very important. This teaching that we're doing right now is a very important teaching. That's why I chose it as the first teaching, where if we are able to choose right, then we will live right and we will be okay. If we choose wrong, it takes two to be successful in marriage. If you choose wrong, even if you are a saint, an angel that just dropped from heaven, the marriage will still break because you chose wrong. So it is this issue of choosing. That's where your strength is. That's where your power is. That's where you got the power to make it work, because you chose right. You can't do kalu kalu and close your eyes and just choose. And that's risky, and that's what people are doing. People don't have enough information to choose, then they choose, which means like they're blindfolded, they're choosing, and then they're discovering all sorts of things. It will shock you how many people would love to get divorced 2 weeks after the marriage, because there's something about marriage after the marriage that opens people's eyes, where all the things they didn't see before, they see it quickly as soon as they marry, and that is an issue. Are we good? Husband material is always improving himself, and that is very important. Like I say this, we are not yet the best version of who we are. So if you meet a man who you see he's improving himself every day, he's reading books, he's watching tapes, he's watching videos, listening to tapes, this is a good man. This is a person who, because the idea is this, even the things he doesn't know now that could make him a bad husband, because he's improving himself, he's going to learn to do better, learn to think better, and eventually be a better husband. So a man that, but if you see a man who you talk to him, he's not reading videos, he's not watching, listening to people, he's not listening, he has no mentor. You say, let's go for counseling, he says no. I tell you right now, stay away from that man and do not marry him, because I guarantee it, you will regret it. Because that's a person who is not trying to learn anything, he's not trying to improve himself, and at the end of the day, you are going to be with a person who will not change even when he's hurting you. And that's the worst thing, because that's why people break. The man hurts you, you ask him to change, he refuses to change, he continues to hurt you, the pain gets so bad, one day you say, well, I gotta go, and it's over. So don't get yourself in that situation. Where are we right now? Husband material is open and honest. You want a man that's open and honest. It's important that a person that you live the rest of your life with is open and honest. Very, very important thing to just have there. Okay? Husband material, if he knows how to cook, that's a good thing, but he doesn't have to know how to cook, but if you know how to cook, that's a good thing. Husband material is faithful and open. He doesn't, faithful and open, he doesn't lock his phone. I tell you this, husband material, he can lock his phone, but he'll give you the code. But that's stay out of my phone, my phone's my business, your phone's your business. It's not good marriage mindset. It's just not. Marriage is a test of your ability to become one with another person. Write that down. The whole concept of marriage is for two people to practice the ability to become one. A man shall leave his father and his mother, and he will cleave to his wife. So anything that you do that works, that stands against your oneness, is standing against your marriage. And there are many things that people do unknowingly, not knowing that the whole idea of marriage is to be one. So they do things that separate themselves. It's like, I won't tell you how much I earn. I won't tell you where I'm going. I won't do many things. So you're you and I am me, and we're trying to be what we're supposed to be one in a marriage, and we're confused. We're confused, and after a while, it's not working because our mindset is wrong. I'll tell you, like in marriage, the part of you that conflicts is not your looks, it's not your body, it's your mind. When minds conflict, then there's a problem in marriage. All marital problems result from some form of conflict of the mind. Keep that in mind. So it's so important that both of you and your spouse or spouse to be, you are thinking in the same lines. You're thinking to be one, and then things start to work. Did we get this? Yes, improve yourself, not open honesty. Husband material is not judgmental and does not condemn. You never feel judged, no matter what you tell him about yourself. Now there are times when people condemn others or they're judgmental. You don't. If you meet a man who, no, I mean, you're not yet married and you're dating, and he's judgmental on many issues, just very judgmental. That's not good. That's not good because it's only going to get worse. And you want a man that's going to make you feel good. I mean, like a man can tell you about getting better on issues, but not in a judgmental way. There's a way I can tell you that, well, you know what, I know you can do so much better, so why don't you think about this? But not, I won't say like, well, you're terrible. You're really terrible at this, and I don't know how dumb you could be. You know, that's not how you speak to your woman. So if you find a man that's talking to you that way, you want to get out. That's just, he needs to go back and get some home training. And then, you know, and never forget, you're not his mother. Your job is not to train your husband. So try and find one that's trained already. Am I talking to anybody? Yes. Husband material is faithful and open. I said that he does not maintain, a husband material does not maintain illegal relationships with other people, women in particular. Can I say that one more time? Husband material does not maintain illegal relationships with other women. So if you've met this guy and there are women popping out of everywhere, you know, bam 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 bam, and you know his best friend is a female, and all sorts of things are going on. You know, be very careful, because when he marries you, he's not going to change. Many times people just think, if I just marry this man, the responsibility of marriage will cause him to rethink his life and act differently. Many women think that, but that's not true. Marriage doesn't change people. Marriage is not a medicine. If you are not thinking right before marriage, you will still not think right after marriage. And that's going to be a problem, because a lot of times, you know, like each time people, women in particular, come to me and say, PD, you know, I'm either divorced or I'm about to divorce this person, I always ask, like, this problem that caused the break, did you know about it before the marriage? And they always say yes, they knew. You know, the day he proposed to me, he made me cry or something. Where it's like, so why did you catch that? I know that this person is going to cause you pain, because he was causing you grief before you married. And of course, now after marriage, he's still causing you grief. So let's keep that in mind. You know, men can change, but marriage doesn't change men. You know, a man who is improving himself, and that's good, or except he has some really dramatic encounter, you know, with something that changes his mind. But men don't change their mind easily. So choose a man with a good mindset from the beginning. That's just, you know, if the mindset is bad, and that's one thing, if a man's mindset is bad, he's a bad husband material, do not marry him, because that bad mindset will cause you grief and a lot of tears, and you don't want that. No, and don't worry about it. I'm not like on the women's side. This is husband material. Very soon I'm going to do wife material. And when I do wife material, you men, you're going to hear it as well. So I'm not beating down the men. I'm just handling things at the right time. Okay. Husband material is ambitious and down to earth. Don't marry a man that doesn't have ambition. You know, too many times I see women, you've married him, you found him doing nothing, and you knew he was lazy, then you married him, and now you're pushing him and pushing him and pushing him, and you're having problems, you know, because that's how he was when you married him. So be careful. Don't marry a man with no ambition. And it's interesting. You may think ambition is unimportant, but I know a number of women who have divorced their husbands. They broke up because the men had no ambition. They had gone further in their lives, and they were still going further. And at this point, the man was just a burden and not a source of joy. And they left the marriages. The main reason why they left the marriage is that the man just did not want to change. He still drove his old car. He did his job. He has not tried to, no, so he's not jobless, but he hasn't even tried to get a promotion or change his job or go higher. And the woman she's moving, she's doing things. And so the issue there is that when she met him, she didn't really think him being not so ambitious was a big deal. But it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Choose a person whose ambition is at your level. Ambition is at different levels. But let that person's ambition be at least at your level or even slightly higher, because they are supposed to lead you. So you want somebody who is a leader. And that's one thing. Husband material is a leader in every respect. Women always forget this. The person you will marry will lead you. No matter how quiet the person is, no matter how, even if he's younger than you, the man at some point is going to stand up and he will lead you. So if you choose a man who has no leadership skills, he has no leadership anything in him, and he has gotten up to lead you, how well do you think your life will be with a man leading you who is not a leader? It's like following a blind person and falling into all the potholes, all the ditches, all the everything. And do you know how frustrating it is also to be forced to follow a person who you can see further than your sight, your vision goes further than theirs, but they are standing in front of you and forcing you to follow them. Do you really understand how frustrating that is for a woman, where you have seen all the potholes, you've seen all the issues in front, but then Oga is in front of you and he's not seen anything. So you're watching him take you, the family, the children, everybody into all sorts of pits and problems, and he's the boss. And you're there, and you can't challenge the boss too much. So make sure that whoever it is that you choose to marry is a leader, a better leader than you, so that they can actually, you see, a husband who cannot lead is a bad husband. So husband material is always a leader, always a leader. So keep that in mind where you're looking, know this in your mind, you're looking for a leader husband, not just husband. So he's handsome, he's tall. For some women like tall, as if tall makes life better. He's tall, and he's dark and everything. He has, but he's a poor leader. His height will not improve his leadership. I can tell you that. So that's for somebody out there. His height will not improve his leadership or his ability to be a good husband. So let me just put that out there for all y'all. Okay. Husband material is ambitious. Now, I purposely put down to earth because you can be ambitious and proud, and that is no good. And we don't want that. We want ambitious and down to earth, humble. Ambitious is realistic and humble, and he carries you along in his ambition. This is major, major, major. A man that carries you along in his ambition. And I'll tell you how this works. You want a man with a vision. Husband material always has a vision. If there's no vision, there's no husband. Just forget that. If you follow a man without a vision, you're going to be in trouble. But then the whole idea is this: the man's vision, husband material's vision, must be bigger than yours. Bigger than yours. Note that. So his vision is bigger than yours, and his vision is so big that he can take your whole complete vision and put it inside his vision. So as he's working his vision, he's working yours, because your vision is inside his. So you are a team. You're working together. You are one. The idea that this is wifey's vision, this is husband's vision, and then visions are clashing. When there are two visions, do you know what that is? That is division. Die is two. Two visions is division. Division means you separate. So whenever there's two visions, it will end in separation. I hope that you get that. When there are two visions, it will end in separation. Husband material, he serves you with joy. It is so sweet to have a man who just serves you joyfully. And of course, you're serving him back. So it's not like one person is chancing the next person. We are both serving. We are both looking for every opportunity to serve ourselves joyfully and playfully. Very important, these things. And you've got to find it from the very beginning. Too many times, you marry this very overly serious guy. He can't smile, he can't play, can't do nothing, and then you marry and say you're not romantic. I mean, he wasn't romantic from the very beginning. So if you know you want a romantic, make sure the husband material is romantic. And the husband material should be able to be romantic, should be able to have fun and laugh and play and be serious and make money. That's husband material. And it may sound like we're asking for a lot, but we're not. These people exist here. Their mothers trained them well. We're not looking for angels to fall out of heaven, for us to find good husbands. They're all around you. Just look well. And half the time, don't listen to things you hear on social media, especially women. There's a lot of nonsense people are teaching on social media that will not work in marriage. If you look at it, it's been taught by people who are not married, and they're telling you to do all sorts of silly things that doesn't work. So be very careful who you are listening to so that you follow good advice.